the weather this time of year in the South? Perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
Brandon, that's giving your team a big burst to start things off. Already beginning a drive in the red zone. Hallelujah.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Once more, here's Eckler. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here we go with Michel, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Sony Michel, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 16. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Steps away to his left. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first carry for their fullback. A tackle by D'Angelo Malone. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Now Brown. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. The 40. The 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Falcons' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now Patterson to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That good for 22 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, going back to Patterson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 47 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Patterson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Patterson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stopped him well short.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a first down. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. On first down, Justin Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw here on first down. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Very short kick taken right at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Toss left side, Patterson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 77 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. 19 yards there on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. They'll go again with Patterson. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Patterson running between the tackles. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll go. It's Patterson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Keith Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. 71 yards on the ground for Eckler here, and that's a first down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mike, hey, pick it up.
Play action. It's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. On the move past the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw here, Herbert. Flush to his right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Michel running up the gut. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Working with a 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Out to his left. Smith catches left side. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's a give to Patterson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Desmond Ridder scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Let's go. Get serious right here. We got to step it up. Jam. 44, Mike, 44.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Patterson again. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and with it, they have taken the lead. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And this, not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually